Oh, hello there. What are you guys doing? Let's see if I remember how to do this. I talk and you guys comment and yeah, I'm Zen. You guys are over there. Uh, Amara, okay, what else? I speak of the Chinese. I don't know how to do that. I can do a terrible accent. I can do plenty of accents, but I don't think I can do Chinese accent. I don't know the language. I think maybe that's why. I could do I could do the cheap stuff on that. How y'all doing? Sorry about the lack of quality of where this is sitting and whether you can see my dumb face or not. But if I can tell you a story, it just occurred, and the reason that I posted the picture, it was the Parthenon, right? So right behind me is basically the Parthenon in New Orleans. It's a building that I've sat here plenty of times. You want to see it? Yeah. So there you see the building right there. It's basically a Parthenon. It's an old ancient technology. It's connected to like three other buildings. I mean that's all irrelevant here, I guess. And hope you guys can hear me because the wind is kind of funky right now. So let's see if I can. I would like to tell you this story because I think it's funny, and it's just like a little it's just a little thing that occurs all the time. Like I've had like four or five of these funny stories that have occurred in the last few days. Just these little things that are so okay. I'll give you the first little story. If you're taking a turn your signal on because if I'm crossing the street and you're in a lane that has an option of going straight or taking a right, and I have the right of way as a pedestrian, I'm gonna walk. But if you almost hit me, which has happened like four times in the last week, and you don't have your signal on, well, first off, I don't care if you do or you don't. I still have the right of way. But I almost got hit by a car again, and then somebody was mad at me because I was crossing the street. Well, I had the right of way to go across a street. Well, they have if there's a green light, the pedestrian goes first, and then the person taking it right turns their signal on like a like a I don't know, like a fucking proper adult. Just to be kind, courteous. It's not that difficult. All you gotta do is bink, bink, bink. You just gotta do that. And three people have done this recently where they did do that. I mean, I'm used to that happening in the city, but I wasn't thinking they were going to do it at this point in time because they were going at a significant rate. I looked over my shoulder. There's no light on. There's no blinker on. So here's the actual story though that I wanted to get to. So I'm at the Parthenon. I'm at this what they would call, oh, I don't know, they named it something else. They named a different word. I don't know. You can look it up. It's in City Park. It's in New Orleans, and they use a different name. And anyway, so I'm sitting inside of there, which is public sector, public space. And so there's someone skateboarding. There's a bunch of people dancing over here, and different times of the day, people come and do things, and it's a shared, providable space. Some people play music. Some people roller skate. Some people dance. Some people do backflips. Some people. It's a whole fucking thing, right? No, I mean obviously if you're playing heavy rock music and being a schmuck or whatever, like yeah, somebody should probably say something, but it's not paid for. Just don't be a dick. And here's what I'm getting to. So I'm playing some music. It's good music. Everybody else that I've been around for the last hour prior, they're like, hey, cool shit. They say hi, hey, what's this? Blah blah blah. And then this girl sits down and she's got a yoga mat. Watch how funny this turns out. She got a yoga mat, and I was like, "Hey," I shut down my music to speak to her because I realized she's about to do a class. So I'm being kind. I'm being kind here, and I say, "Oh, what are you about to do?" She's like, "Yoga." I was like, and and for me, because I think it's funny, and I know what the word yoga means. It means to yoke something to your spirit. It means everything you do is yoga. I say, so when I said to her, I was like, so what are you doing? And she goes, yoga. I was like, oh, you mean posturing? She goes, no, yoga. I was like, no, you're posturing. And then she's like, yeah, I have a class in about 10 minutes. So like, and she was just like, and she became the rudest non-yogic practitioner ever. She became so rude and obtrusive. And I was like, it just like, I was like, I was shutting my music off because I seen you're about to, do this. It was like, and I tried, and I was being kind and courteous and like, I try to use a joke, I was like, oh, you're posturing, put it. And she goes, no, I'm doing yoga. I was like, no, posture means to put yourself in a certain position because that's part of yoga. Yoga as a totality means that you are yoked to life and the spirit. So your body is connected, the spirit is connected to the whole thing. That's what yoga means. And hold on, is it past 5 minutes? This motherfucking bitch was sat there and goes, I have a class that I'm teaching, and she's basically was like, you gotta shut that off and turn that down, and like that was her attitude. And I was like, not only have I already turned it off, and I'm still trying to converse with you, you're like her whole attitude was anti yoga. It was anti anything good. I was like, you just come out here to be underneath it, like you could go anywhere the fuck else. Like she could have went anywhere, right? But she goes into this Parthenon building thing, and she thinks she owns it. And like my general attitude is, fuck you. I want to sit there and play music louder and play more obnoxious music because I wasn't even doing that. I didn't. I just seen her sit down. I was like, hey, what's up? And she was just like, you could tell. You know how you can tell by someone's fucking voice when they just deserve to be like strangled out because they're just rude. They're a rude person. And what I have a habit of doing, if nobody noticed this before, Mara, uh, I reflect people's energy. I mean, maybe you've never met me in person, I don't think, but I reflect people's energy, and I do it times two. So if you give me this, I'm gonna give you this. Like if you give me a joke, I'm gonna give you a joke times two. If you act foolish, I'm gonna do that twice as hard. And so like when I was being nice and her response to my niceties, which was first off, I already shut the shit off and I tried to make commune with her because I was leaving anyways. And then she told me, and I was like you don't like you're just out here to wear tight clothes. You're not that good looking. You don't practice yoga. You don't know about the Muladhara chakra. You don't know the language. You don't speak the shit. You don't do anything but you posture. And so I find that excessively and expressively um, like cute. Like what a fucking what a bullshit maneuver. I could see if I was being a dickhead playing loud music in a public place where nobody wanted it, and I could get that. But it was a public place, and I could have played louder music and anything I wanted, and we just had an argument. But I already went out of my way to be kind to this person, and they just were a shit stain to me. Yeah, I should have clubbed her. Yeah, yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. Nah, no, she's like, you want to go see these dumb bitches? These are dumb fucking hoes, yo. These are the chicks that come out to put their yoga mats down onto concrete, even though they're right here. There's a field. There's a field right here. You see this is a beautiful field. You could just put it down there and get sunshine and take your shoes off and connect to the earth because yoga would be kind of grounding yourself out, connecting to the earth. Like even if you'd even need the mat, I mean, I get needing the mat because there might be spiders and fucking weird shit. Like I get put a mat down. I got you. But like she got to go in there and then like, act like she owns the fucking property. Like fuck off, oh. And it's always funny whenever I correct someone's behaviors by telling them that they're being awful. It's like in sports, watch a sport, watch a game. the first person gets fouled and the referee doesn't see it, but the second person fouls them back and they get called, and they're like, "But you didn't see what just happened." So I like that. It's the quintessential. You get attacked first, and then somebody acts like the victim. Like she was totally victim oriented, as if I was in her like as if I was in her space. I was like, "Honey, you didn't pay for this." Like that's what I'm gonna say. Like you didn't pay for this. Like I would. I mean, I want to go all out with these people, like just to prove a point. But because I'm a nice person, like okay, you got a business to run. You're doing your thing. Good for you. You still don't know what yoga is because when I try to be funny about what yoga is, you couldn't even understand it. And you instead of just going with the joke and smiling, this bitch just frowned at me and said like, "No, yoga." Like fucking. I was like, "Bitch, you bleach your hair." Like I would have sat there and I would have just picked up a microphone and put it up and just be like, here, I'm having my fucking 20-minute set right now. I could have done 20-minute set on how fucking lame and whorish this fucking cunt was. Yeah. I'm saying though, it was just, it was like, why do that? I'm sitting there and I'm having a fucking awful day, but my only response was to be kind, because why would I put that awful day on her? And she's the one that's supposed to be like the teacher. I mean, I've seen all the other people drive up with their really tight things that aren't. Hold on, by the way, you wouldn't wear the yoga gear that people wear. Have you ever? Do you know what? Do you know what you'd wear? You'd wear like a hemp or a cotton fiber or something that's breathable. And all of them were wearing this like plastic shit, whatever the plastic rubbery stretchy bullshit is. So you can see their camel toe, their pussy lips, their fat thighs, their ass that they're working on, and like they're trying to get like a six pack. I don't know why. Like, bitch, just relax. You're not you're not fooling anyone because you're not fooling anyone because like if anyone were ever to date her for more than like a week, they'd be like, no. Even she probably fucks terrible. Like she probably not even good at having relations. Like she does not have sex. She doesn't know how. She's not intimate, and I can prove it. She's not intimate because she went into a building with stupid shoes on, and latex and velour and shit, and covered herself up and was rude. Like you don't do that. Like if you're a loving person, you don't do that. She's a bad lover, and I would promise you that if you did yoga, you'd be at least an okay, decent lover. Yeah, if you're doing yoga, I mean, it's basically that's life. But you wouldn't be a schmuck about it. Mm. Oh, and I went to go look at a place to store some of my items. Right, and I'm in New Orleans, so you're allowed to drink anywhere you want. Now, I've never had a problem in my life with a beer in my hand. I could walk into anywhere because basically no one cares. You can drink in public because it's legal, and no one really cares if you're drinking inside of their establishment. And I went somewhere to look at a place to like store a few of my items. And when I got to the door, the guy would like open up the door like 2 inches and was like, "You can't come in here with that." I had just cracked the beer, and I was like, all right. And it was like close. It was like 4:45. They closed at 5. So I was like, all right. And I was like, I'm not gonna throw my beer away, right? And I was like, all right, cool, man. So I'm having this really weird dialogue where this dude's like 2 inch holding the door open 2 inches, and he's just being rude for no reason. I was like, all right, let me go finish my beer and throw this away. And so like it's 15 minutes to closing, and I don't want to give him any problems. So I'm looking around. There's not even a garbage can, even if I want to throw this shit out. So I couldn't even throw my fucking beer out. Not that I would have. And I was gonna set it on the porch because he said you can't have that on this establishment. What are you talking about? Like, who are you? Who are he? And the funniest shit was he didn't know if this was a beer or not. It could have been. It could have been literally anything. It could have been a Monster energy drink. You're gonna tell me I can't have a fucking Coca Cola? You can't even tell me that. That's like I was like, yeah, this like I don't get what people have become very malicious and vicious and ridiculous for no reason. Like just they out of pocket. You know that thing isn't that what people say? Out of pocket these days. People are fucking like they just go out of their way to be confrontational. It's outstanding how absolutely tragically unhip. And I use that word because one of my favorite bands is from Canada. And it's called the Tragically Hip. Check it out, guys. Tragically Hip. They're from like the 90s, 2000s. If you don't know them, check them out. Yeah, you'll like them. I mean, if I like it, you'll like it. It's pretty obvious. Hmm. Also, I don't know where I was going with this show, other than to say hello and make sure that you're all doing well, splendid, fine, spectacular, amazing, fruitful, gregarious, gargantuan, esteemed, ridiculous, magnificent. You know what I mean? Just saying hello. Oh yeah, no, I mean, yeah, she probably does, but yeah, because everybody that came to her class, like, well, I'll walk over there and I'll videotape it for you. I don't care. You're in public place, I can videotape. I don't care anymore. Um, yeah, it was all chicks coming to her class, and it was all chicks that probably hate men. So if I go over there, the fact that I'm like extra masculine, like I'm not like I'd have to go about it like to show them that like I'm not an alpha male, but I'm also not a beta male. That like I'm a fucking omega, and they would be like, what? Like, no, that she definitely she hated anything to do with the masculine energy, except she wanted the six pack. No, I triggered the fuck. Amara, yeah. No, no. Do you want to go see? Do you want me to go do this? I'm not gonna sit there and be a fucking weirdo about it, but I'll walk by and show you. It's pretty fucking hilarious because you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Like everything I said was fact. Like there was nobody just wearing normal shorts and a baggy t-shirt. Everybody was wearing yoga clothes, and everybody's had their mat signed by fucking yoga Nandi, uh, cunty dummy. Mm, yeah, it was like, and it was funny because she was the only one there, and I mean, other than the other people within that little, like, it's not a big space. I mean, it's big enough, and so there were like people over there doing their thing. There was this dude skateboarding. There was her. There was me. So it was. I mean, it's a big enough space where everybody do what they want. Like she could sit there and go. She'd probably be like one of those people that put those stupid microphones on that goes around the corner and they're like, hello, welcome. And they'll always be holding on to it and touching it, going, hello, welcome to the class. We're going to. Wait. You don't want to instigate shit? Oh, no, no. People hate that. Yeah. It's kind of like if I'm out of line and somebody you know crushes me with the joke or slaps me or punches me and I'm out of line, I go, yeah, that was probably deserved, and I accept it. But like, I didn't even I just left it alone. I was like, fine, all right, so be it. But you want to go see? It would be pretty funny. and they're all sitting over there like they're probably they all hold in their farts. They're definitely holding their farts, and they only queef occasionally. And that's got to be pretty miserable to only get fucked by like a rubber, like a a plastic rubbery dildo-y something, and never get the full experience of having relations with another human being. That's gotta suck. It's gotta be really bad because I mean, as a as some sort of I don't know this body like I it wants to connect with other things. And it'd be like putting a if you had an electrical wire and around it you put rubber plastic, then the energy's inside of that. So every time that I've tried to have relations with a condom, it's condemning, and I literally lose my heart on it. I can't even. I literally cannot even. It just becomes like I'm like, what am I doing? What am I having sex with here? It makes no sense. Oh, I know. I mean, they're probably over there right now. Yeah, they're having a what do they call that? A red tent? Was that what it is? I mean, no, which is actually a great thing. You know how back in the day in the native Indian societies, what they would do is have a women would always sync up on their period, normally with the moon, but at least with the wind around them. It might not have been full moon or empty moon. It would they would sync up, right? And so what they would do is they would have a tent situation where they would go during that part of the month and they would release because they're releasing blood and they're releasing uh, ideas about whoever they're with and the things they feel. Beautiful thing. See, beautiful thing. That is fucking. That's not part of this culture, and that's a shame, really. But like to do it on the low low, like they're all doing it. Like three of them have boyfriends, 10 of them just they sleep around, and then two of them probably, you know what I mean? Like it's like that, and they just talk shit. Like women, like when you know that women go to a tent and talk, like you know what you're willing to do? You'd be like, ah, shit, at the end of the month, these bitches about to be talking some shit about me. And you know what you do? You go, maybe I should attempt to be a better man. It's real shit. You're like, I don't need them all thinking I'm an asshole. What's up, Divine? What are you doing? Uh, Divine, what'd you say? What would you say to someone who says distilled water has a pH of 7 and that is acidic? Is it safe to donate blood, plasma for money? Um, I'll give you two answers there, Divine. I think distilled water is slightly acidic, but I think everything should be slightly acidic, and that's what kills. Like, I mean, think about it. Acid destroys most things. Alkalinity helps things grow. Acid destroys something. So water should help destroy, remove salts, cancers, the rest of the shit. Um, yeah. Who cares if it's acidic? Your stomach. Okay, okay. Acid. Here's what I would say. Well, what's your stomach acid? What's your stomach pH? It's called stomach acid. What is it? It's basically your stomach gets remade how many times during a week? Like it's eating away at itself because it's got to eat up anything you put inside of it. So your body should be definitely nearing acidic. We've talked about it many times. And is it safe to? Is it safe to? It's definitely safe to donate plasma. I mean, blood is plasma is urine. I mean, I would just I'd rather piss into someone's mouth, and that's not even like like you could take a good long gander at that thought there and say like that's funny. Like yeah, I'm gonna piss into someone's mouth. Well, that's that's the cleanest blood I can offer you. If I gave you my blood, you'd be like, well, this might be dirty. It might be toxic. I don't know. Like you got whatever you ate today. You've got this shit in it. You got that shit in it. Like, do you want that? Like, you don't want to. You don't really want to drink blood. Urine is obviously cleaner blood. So I would say, um, yeah. I mean, once you put it through the centrifuge, what you're gonna get is the plasma, the yellow part, and then you're gonna get the rest of the darker. It'll be almost purple blood. And like, you don't want that. I don't think so. Either way, whatever, you know. What's up, Skull? What are you doing? Humans eat some meat. Hold on, what we say here? Um, yeah, I mean, they cook and season and trick the body for sure. Well, here's the thing, Divine. Um, uh, you've never eaten sushi? Raw meat is good. Like, you know, I don't. Can we not? Hey, Divine, can you help me out with this? Let's not do this today. I've been doing this for this whole deity thing for many years of making shows, and I've went through different diets and things, and I can assure you that I know what I'm talking about, and it's always dependent on your location, location. So like going and killing a cow or murdering a whatever or blah, blah, you just have to understand there's a difference between being vacant, vegan, vegetarian, um, someone that eats cow pus, milk, a dietary habit of consuming the jellies of um, honeybees, or the blood of a fruit. Like it's all in terms of respect to where you live. It's how you like. It doesn't. I would always I would side with this. I would look. I would decide what I would lean this way. Neville Goddard's talk about meeting the mystic and knowing him for a very long time. Well, Neville Goddard, if you think Neville Goddard is wrong, I don't know what to tell you. Neville Goddard, I think, is an amazing human being. And I think Abdullah, who he learned from, who said, Neville, you cannot eat what I eat because you're being trivial. You're gonna walk along this earth and you're gonna step on things. You're gonna hurt people, whether you like to or not. You're gonna don't here. Let me use this question. Let me use this answer. If you love this flower here, don't pick it. Just smell it and walk by. But yet you're still gonna eat that flower. You're still gonna eat that fruit. Let's stop eating. Be so godlike that you don't even come back to earth. Like it's 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 ridiculous to think that, like, yeah, I mean, aluminum is aluminum the best thing we can do here? No. For us, obviously. Is meat the best thing we do? No. But it just you tend towards that subject matter so frequently that it's just like, eat what you want, man. It's not. I mean, especially if you get into the study of it. Like the only reason I started eating, like, after being a vegetarian for 7 to 10 years, I don't remember how long it was. The only reason I started eating meat again is because I just started to go, yeah, you know what? Who gives a fuck? Because nothing's changing. The world's not going to change. I tried to change the world. I thought it'd be a better place. But then I came to the conclusion that everything is made of God. Like, I mean, there's not there. I can only do what I can do. Like, am I craving meat? No. Like, some people in here crave cock. You crave dick. You crave a testicle. You crave like two fat testicles in your mouth. Some people like titties. Some people like vagina. I don't fucking know, man. I'm just saying, like, what you consume. Like, you don't get through this life guilt free. Like, if you've ever driven a car, You're doing it. You're not serving the world well. You ever been in an airplane? You're fucking up the world. Do you own any crystals? You're fucking up the world, bro. Like that's it's as easy as that. This is about the quibbles and judging others perspectives. Like obviously we've gone through this so many times. Like what are you gonna do? You're gonna go, kick a child, beat up a baby, strangle a dog? No, you're not gonna do any of those things. So there's a certain number of things we can qualify as don't do that shit. But as far as consumption habits, as humans, I don't know. Like, don't they say we need to get rid of some deer because they'll overpopulate? Wouldn't you? Like, look, if you here, let me try this on you one more time. Do you think that roaches should be alive? Do you think mosquitoes should be alive? What is that? What kind is that's an animal, right? What is that thing? I mean, you want to classify it? It's gonna be a speciesist. If a fly lands on you, or a mosquito, or a pick something, a spider, you would not kill that. You fucking of course would. So if you kill it, eat it. I don't know. What if pigs are overrunning your farm? Would you not just kill it and then respect it enough to eat its dead body? Just a question. Who else up in here? Who did I miss? Yeah, but what else, go? Um, what's up, Emma Louis? Louis, this vampire show. You just made hey, broccoli. They say it's poisonous. I love broccoli though. Hey, Devon, what's my favorite Neville work? I mean, shit, man. I probably listened to 40 hours of Neville's talks in the past week, man. I mean, I've listened to every. I mean, I've bought his books. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, not like a book, but like audiobooks. Yeah, yeah. I've listened to like I don't even know where to start with that. Yeah, Emma, I don't believe that I don't believe humans are carnivores. I think that we're omnivores. I think it's placement of where humans are at. Yeah, I mean the thing that I've learned about people that are vegan is they tend to immediately, after figuring out that their bones are brittle and their blood is thin and their teeth are falling out and their eyes don't work and their hair starts falling out, that vegans are stupid. As far as how and why you eat certain diets, I'll do another. I've done so many shows on this. I just don't want to get into it right now, but it's definitely related to your environment. Remember this part. Oh shit! What are we talking about here? Emma, show you up in. Amara, you think cholesterol from an external source? That's an interesting one. Cholesterol, and so between healing the skin and uh, eggs and certain types of look, I think it's pretty simple. I think it's I here. If I'm eating the most natural diet, I'll tell you what I would do. I would I'd find some wheat and I would brew beer, or whatever kind of shit. I could make rice wine or whatever. And then I would take the spent grain, uh, and I'd make bread out of it. I'd make some sort of flour. I'd use flours, and I would smell the flowers, and I would eat some. And then I would probably milk a cow or a yak or whatever the hell kind of whatever kind of animal, and I would use that milk and that butter. And if a chicken laid an egg, I might eat it. I might. I don't know. It depends on where I live. I would cast a line into the ocean or the fresh water, and I would cook up a fish. And those all seem sensible to me. As a child with no teeth, I wouldn't. What are you gonna do? You're only gonna learn your behavioral mechanisms from your culture. What would you eat as a child? You don't need any. You don't need. And this goes back to I will give Divine this idea here, which he already knows that I know. As a child, you don't need. You cannot eat meat. But there's a certain point that you get your chompers, and then you have a choice. That's omnivore. You're not a better person. You're not uplifted. You're not in a higher consciousness from fruit and vegetables. I know this for a fucking fact. And when's the last time you cocksucking fucking idiots drank water for 43 days straight? Straight water. I have. Fuck you. Did it make me a better person? No. I thought it would, and it didn't. Yeah, did I get a lot out of it? Yeah, of course I did. How many times have you drank piss? I just recycled that for weeks at a time. I have. Have you? No. So shut the fuck up. It didn't. It doesn't change anything. Like you just go through life, consume what you can, be as frugal as possible, don't hurt things. But like, do you think you wouldn't I mean you want to feed your family, right? I mean, how you feed your family? I mean, if you were a lion, how would you feed your family? you know I mean, I could also say, if you're an elephant, how would you feed your family? Wildly different. So I mean, you just got to choose. But you're not either of those creatures. So you can't even use that. Just because you have animal references to your being doesn't mean you are that. You're a human. Make a choice, and it's all. You're not going to live longer. You're not going to live less. You're not going to be better. You're going to get through this life, and it's going to be somewhere in the range of 50 to 150 years. Maybe longer if you're really good at it, or maybe shorter if you fucking suck at it. I don't fucking know. But what I do know is your dietary habits of what you consume has less to do with your health than how you consume it. Hello. What's up, Brent and Taylor? What are you doing? Why would I drink piss, Emma? Because it's called Shivambu Kalpa. Because it's your medicine. Because it's a clean. It literally drinking piss is the cleanest thing you could do. It's the healthiest thing you could do. Right? There's not. You live on a. This is your spaceship. Here's your temple. Here's your. This is your whole body temple, right? You're living inside of. You're a spaceship, and don't you think that if you were smart, because the human body is very intelligent, whether it was made by God or made by some fucking aliens or just organically formed, however you look at it, you're left with realizing that you would build the best thing possible, and you would make a way to cleanse everything within your system. The earth does it. The earth cleans itself. This is why the earth still exists. So the human body, as above, so below, as within, so without. So what my body will do is I will produce a cleaner urine than the. If I take a Coca Cola, my piss is cleaner than Coca Cola. That's a fact. It's cleaner than the juice that you get from the store. It's cleaner than the meat that you eat. It's cleaner than anything that you consume. You're remind yes, yeah, drink more water. Emma, I'm gonna need you to go shut your fucking face because that's a you don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna remind you. I'm gonna remind you that it's called Shivambu Kalpa, and I didn't say it was Native American, although they practiced it, but it's Indian like the other guys with they got the dots and they got the feathers. No, it's they consume it because it's plasma. It's plasma ultrafiltrate. Your body, your kidneys clean everything in your body. Well, you're gross. You're well, I mean, gross, that's fine, but at least I'm not an idiot because I already know without a question in my mind, no doubt. We didn't go to the moon. The water is flat, and that urine is probably the best thing you can put in your fucking body. My brain is fucking magical and smart, and my kidneys work well, and I piss out things that are cleaner than anybody else does. Why would it's not waste. Waste goes behind you. In front of you is golden elixir. Eh, you can shrug as much as you want. I'll give you shrugs, drugs, hugs, and it don't matter to me. Like, I mean, to me, it's filthy that people eat microwave food. It's filthy that people eat cooked food. It's filthy that people consume like 99% of things. But it's what's not filthy is drinking piss. It's from you. You grew up in urine. Well, I mean, where do you think you came from? What was in your mother's womb? Hey, Divine, let her know. You'd be better off if you did. Oh no, you go. My brain is magic. Correct. And I mean, I guess I mean, yeah, I'm fucking with you, but I mean, with calling you stupid or whatever dumb shit I said. But what do you think? Where do you think you came from? What do you think your blood is? I put this into my body, and then it goes through intestines, and then does this thing, and the kidneys, and the blood, and then the blood removes what's called ultraplasma filtrate. You spit it out the front, and out the back goes the doo doo. You don't eat shit. That's ridiculous because eating shit, you can smell shit. It doesn't smell good. If your piss smells bad, it's because you're a filthy fucking individual. You're a filthy human being and you eat a lot of dumb shit. I know, because every time I eat fried food and have a couple of days of being ridiculous, my piss doesn't smell good. But after I've drank it for a couple of days, it would taste better than licking your sweat. Like I like licking the undercarriage of a woman. That's your piss, right? I would like to eat pussy or your armpits. That's sexy. Well, what's the problem with that? There isn't one. Because why would a man want to why would a man ever want to stick his tongue like like hear me out, dumb face. All of you cocksucking stupid motherfucking dookie eating shitheads out here that the first thing you do is first base is just eat shit. Fuck you, you're stupid, dumb retards. You're tards. But you're gonna suck a dick and you're gonna eat pussy. You know what comes out of those holes there? Urine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. And also here, let me prove a fact to you, you fucking cornball shithead. If my pee pee is so bad, then how can I have semen that comes out of it that is the source of life? I don't shoot semen out of my asshole because that's where doo doo is. Because urine is sterile and clean, that's where the same hole is where the seed of life comes from. Like that's right. Isn't that how it works? I don't need you to Emma. I don't care about your body fluids. You're not. I don't need you to buy anything. Yeah, well, because it's probably because you put what do you wear? Do you wear perfume to cover up your stank because you're a stanking individual? Don't be stupid. I don't care what you buy. I'm not, honey. I'm not selling you anything. If I was selling you something, you'd be paying me. Oh, and also anybody that wants to, because I'm highly entertaining and informational and educational and that shit. If you want to, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and also you also Emma, you should name your stream "Dude Discusses His Body Fluids." Yeah, because we've been here for 46 minutes and I just discussed it for. Uh, hey Emma, you're being cantankerous. And I think you would never discuss your body fluids because when they come out of you, it probably smells like bleach and filth and the disgust of everybody that's ever stuck their tongue anywhere near you. You probably don't even tongue kiss people. You probably put like a whole. Do you remember that movie Naked Gun 33 and Third where he puts the whole. They both put like body condoms on. Like you probably put body condoms on before you touch someone. Yeah, pay up. Pay up. Get this education. You're gonna get educated today, sweetheart, little honey boo boo. Yeah, anybody wants to, feel free. If you want to, thanks. It's you guys know how it works. Cash App, PayPal, and I appreciate it. Whether you're educated or entertained, TSAR, capital XEM, blah blah blah. Hey, Amara and Divine, thank you. Yeah, yeah. That was from a distance too. I'm just throwing softball pitches. Hey, Skull. You should, yeah, yeah, Emma. You should buy my body fluids, but you couldn't afford them. Yeah, and I probably would never want to give my body fluids to you because I wouldn't want you to have my children. Because I think you'd be a bad mother. Yeah, you probably spend money on cocaine and what like MSG. What do you just snort MSG for a living? Or do you just take vacations? I mean, it's gonna be you're gonna have a bad time as you start to age, and you're gonna age very rapidly because I've come to the conclusion you have a bad attitude, and I don't like it. I don't have to like it, and you're right. I will allow for it because in hindsight, you know what always happens in hindsight. You know how many people I have these conversations with, and then in 6 months, 8 months, a year later, they're always like, "Oops." I mean, like they figured out like man didn't go to the moon and the Earth is not a globe, and like dinosaurs didn't really like that's not fossil fuel. Fossil fuel is actually they start to come to these rationalizations and realizations because they become smarter people, and the best way you can become a smarter people is to enjoy yourself. Like masturbate and then piss on your hand and drink it. You know what I'm saying? Or I could just piss in your mouth or your face. Like you can't like maybe you can't hear me or maybe you can't see me, but I could piss in your ears and your eyes, and you'd be more healthier for it. Yeah, I don't know what anybody doesn't get about that. Like if you're eating vagina, you're getting piss in your mouth in some way or other. I mean, I'm not talking about like if a chick squirts. Like I think that's a little different, but the debate is still going on these days. You know what, Emma? You know what I really like about you is you can find better ways to spend the money, but the fact that you're spending time with me shows me enough that I need to know. Just by you listening to me for even a moment or two, I make you infinitely more wealthy. Even if you never share it with me, hopefully you share it with someone. You don't even know it, but it's seeping into your ears. Yeah, I mean, Emma, you realize if you've ever used any makeup on your face, there's urea. Shit, we've done this already. Did this fuck up? Are we back? Hold on. Is this better? Are we back to this? Oh, what that? Did we get it back? Let me know. Yeah. Hey, Skull, it's reset. We good now? Cool. What was I getting at there before I was so rudely interrupted by using a different platform, which always happens at about 1 hour in. Yeah, okay, cool. I just I don't really get the dilemma with body fluids at all. Like you ever cut yourself? What do you do? Your immediate response if you cut yourself is to suck on it, right? Without question. Children will do it. Like if you're not so brain dead, you would just immediately do that. Sweat, dogs come up and lick it, right? Urine, watch animals in nature. When they're sick, they'll especially do it. And anybody that oh no, football. Sorry, I thought I was going to play soccer. Um, no, urine is so far beyond healthy. Like if you don't like to, if you can't appreciate your own urine, you can't appreciate your own self. Because what you must be filled with is toxicity. I was talking about perfume. Yeah, yeah. Like the only time, here's the times that I don't smell good. If I'm sick, which is maybe once every 10 years, like I get sick once in a while, and you get a little bit sick flavor. Or if I'm eating bad. So if I eat bad, then my sweat smells bad. But other than that, I don't use cologne. I don't use perfume. I don't use uh, deodorant. Like, there's no reason to. I smell fine. And most people, chicks will walk up to me like, "Oh, I like you. I like your pheromones." You know what pheromone is? Like, why do you think they call them pharaohs? And then moans, like, my piece. I'm just saying, you have to understand that your nose knows gnosis. You can smell things. I can smell motherfuckers from there's people that walk, they just ran by. I can smell them and know whether or not they're trustworthy. Your nose knows better than you do. Hey, so check it out, everybody. I remind you one more time. If you want to, you know the rules here. There's three rules and one thing that you can do. It's only because I got to charge my phone. I'm almost out of battery here. I didn't even notice. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, TSAR, capital XEN. You can see the description box or along the bottom line there. And also, enjoy your day. Do wonderful things. Be weird. Be yourself because everybody else is already taken. And when you can, help someone else. else out. And if it's me, I appreciate it. If it's not me, how about someone else? Even if that other person is yourself, go shopping, go treat yourself, motherfucker. Enjoy your day, and be goofy as fuck. I gotta go charge my phone. I don't know what the closest charger is. So have a beautiful evening. It's a pleasure, as always. Long bong, stay original, and be keep your head up. Whatever. I'm out of here. Peace.